You have clicked on to Weather for Weather Geeks, the Tuesday edition. We've got some interesting things to show you today. I thought I'd start with something a little different, and that would be soil temperatures across the U.S. Just last week, our average soil temperature here in northeast Ohio and western Pennsylvania was down into the 30s, but we've warmed up, it looks like, into the 40s now, on a measurement of 45 degrees over in Pittsburgh, in fact. So the ground continues to thaw. We're starting to see a few things blooming. I saw the first flower in my yard this morning. Certainly a welcome sight. But we want to, advise caution as usual here at this time of the year, just because we get some warm weather occasionally. Don't get too rambunctious with planting things you shouldn't. Our average date of our last freeze in our part of the country is the first week of May, roughly May 6th or 7th. But there have been some years where it occurs much later. We've got a 9 in 10 chance that we've had our last freeze by about May 23rd or 24th. So by that third week of May, in 9 out of every 10 years, we're done with freezing temperatures. But, there's every now and then that stray year where we get a freeze even close to Memorial Day. Let's hope that doesn't happen this year. We deserve all the warmth we can possibly get after the winter we just went through. All right, let's focus on what's happening now. And right on schedule today, the clouds that we had this morning, any lingering precipitation, pushed away, the atmosphere has dried out, and we've got lots of sunshine and warming temperatures. Here in the 3 o'clock hour, it's 54 at the Youngstown Warren Airport, 55 over Newcastle, 55 over in Ravenna. So, nice afternoon. Chilly breeze, yes, but I don't think we mind with that nice April sunshine out there today. Some clouds and some instability showers off to our west, encompassing much of the lower Ohio Valley, down into parts of the Mississippi Valley. What we've got going on here today is a trough of low pressure up at around 500 millibars. And I'm going to bring that up now. Show you what's causing those instability showers out there. Let's see here. I want to take that off and that off. All right, thank you for bearing with me. I actually don't want that. What we got going on here is this big trough of low pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. You can see it carved out down in here. And a trough of low pressure means the air upstairs in the atmosphere is cooler than, say, average. And cool air up there makes the atmosphere capable of producing a lot of clouds, and if the clouds get tall enough, precipitation. So where we have enough instability near the heart of this trough out in here, yes, indeed, we do have some showers on the radar this afternoon. Might even be a thunder shower in spots. Now, this trough of low pressure is going to keep swinging east. I don't think we see any showers here, but I do think that clouds will try to fill back in for a time later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. So we'll have to watch out for that, but those will be pretty unproductive clouds. Other trouble spots include southern Florida, but that is pretty much it. Rest of the country today, relatively quiet. Let's zoom ahead now and talk about the future. Enough with today. Today's pretty simple. I think tomorrow is pretty simple. Let's go to Thursday. That's the next day that's a little more interesting. And I want to talk briefly about the wind on Thursday. Thursday is going to be a warm day, but it is going to be a windy day. As I look at the afternoon here, I've been talking about this for a couple days now. This is the surface wind speed early in the afternoon on Thursday. When we start seeing these greens, we're up into the 30-mile-per-hour range. So, yes, temperatures are going to skyrocket on Thursday. In fact, let's take a look at those afternoon temperatures here based on the NAM model. And we're well into the yellows, on our way to some oranges here. The scale's over on the left. And, I think we've got a good shot at upper 60s, perhaps 70 or a little better in some parts of the area before the afternoon is through on Thursday. So, yes, it's going to be warm, but it is going to be windy. We could have some gusts up to 40. I'll show you the wind speeds at 850 millibars on Thursday. That's about 5,000 feet high in the atmosphere. And 50, 55, 60 miles per hour up at around 5,000 feet. And the atmosphere will be, where we're going to be in a situation where it'll be favorable for air parcels to rise and fall up to about that level in the afternoon on Thursday. And so while I don't think we'll see wind gusts of 60 miles per hour, I could see a 35 to 40 mile per hour gust from time to time on Thursday. All right, so that's the story for the relatively short range. Let's go towards the end of the week. I think by Thursday night, here's 2 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning, here's our cold front moving through with a couple of showers along it. Maybe a shower into very first thing Friday morning, but I suspect that's going to be real early in the day. Friday afternoon's not looking bad, at least for the first half of the afternoon. Now, the GFS model here does bring some shower activity back in, perhaps as early as about sunset or so Friday evening. That might be a little fast, I'm not sure yet, but I think we can squeeze in several hours of dry weather. Midday, early afternoon, perhaps even late afternoon on Friday before the clouds and the wet weather try to push back in. A little wave of low pressure on that front. Now, this is Saturday morning, 8 a.m., and that next wave is pushed off to the east, taking our front with it, and we'll be in the process of drying, I think, by mid-morning on Saturday. So outdoor plans this weekend, you'll get them in on Saturday without any problem after a cloudy and damp start. The afternoon's looking fine. Let's talk about Sunday, and this is going to be a warmer day. Look at the map here late in the day on Sunday. We're going to have low pressure out towards Fort Wayne, Indiana, warm front up here, cold front down here. We're in the warm sector, and you see the precipitation printed out here late in the day. This is going to be a close call. I could see where a lot of this is going to try to miss us to the north for the daylight hours on Sunday. But worst case scenario, some of this stuff sneaks in, particularly from I-80 on north, before the sun goes down Sunday. But I think it's pretty late in the day. So Saturday, after a damp start, just fine, midday and afternoon. Sunday, just fine, just about all day. It's going to be warm. It's going to turn windy. If we get rain Sunday, it's going to be pretty late in the day. And then, yeah, that front's going to kind of hang up right through Monday. So next Monday might look a lot like this past Monday, kind of a damp and drizzly day. And then the question is, how fast does this front get out of our hair? This is next Tuesday. And the GFS stalls it out, brings more rain. It'll be a chilly rain. Some modeling hinting that we may see a few snowflakes mixed in with this a week from today, next Tuesday. That's a big question mark. Don't hang your hat on that. But it is not impossible that a week from today, if the air mass is cold enough, we see a few snowflakes mixed in with that rain. All right, long-range temperatures. This takes us out through the next 16 days. A couple of little bubbles of warmth here coming. This is Thursday. And then this is late in the weekend into Saturday and Sunday. So a couple of nice little stretches there. But once that front arrives early next week on Monday, we're going to take a pretty big dip here. Temperatures could be as much as 15 below average. And that would put our high temperatures in the lower middle 40s for a couple of days next week. Overnight lows could get down in the 20s. So not looking real great for the middle of next week. Beyond that, yes, the air mass moderates, but not seeing a lot of warmth in this pattern all the way through the 23rd and 24th. The models were definitely more aggressive with warm weather after the 20th of April last week. Now they're backing off that idea some and advertising, boy, cooler than average temperatures might be the rule through the third week of April. Now keep in mind, of course, our averages are rising quickly at this time of the year, so below average at this time of the year doesn't necessarily mean highs in the 30s. It could be 55 and be below average towards the end of April. So keep that in mind. Below average doesn't necessarily mean real cold. It'd be nice to be warmer, though. One last thing. This is the climate forecast system forecast for May. Average of the last 7 runs of this. It's been advertising a near average May, perhaps a little warmer than average, particularly in southern Ohio. But notice the cool it's producing here right around the lakes because, of course, the lakes are still cold, still ice covered in spots, and those lakes are going to be real slow to warm up this spring, particularly if we don't get a lot of warm weather towards the end of April. So May, still up in the air, but right now I think odds favor it being close to average. If we're lucky, a little above average. If we're unlucky, a little below average, but I don't see a big cold May coming. I don't see a big hotter than average May coming, so that's the way it looks right now, but we got a long way to go until we get to May. That's weather for Weather Geeks on this Tuesday. I'll be on 21 News tonight at 6 and 11 with a fresh take on your forecast, and you'll see another Weather Geeks video posted around this same time Wednesday afternoon. So thanks for watching. We'll see you then.